came back to my rental in the late afternoon, when the alley is usually loud. Pans clanging, kids yelling, someone blasting old music from a speaker. The noise was the same, the people were the same, but the space felt different, like the air was holding its breath around me. I parked at the mouth of the alley, where the sunlight fades into the narrow shade. Normally, I'd roll straight in. This time, I hesitated, because there was a man standing near the convenience store. He's just standing and looking at the street. There's millions of people in this city, and somehow this man did catch my attention. Part of my instinct told me something is off about this guy. When I turned my key to lock my bike, he shifted slightly, just enough to catch me in his peripheral vision. I walked into the alley. Halfway down, I glanced back. He was still there. Later on my way out to grab dinner, a different guy was leaning against a wall across the street. Every time I tried to walk past him, his head turned just enough, like he needed to see which direction I was going. When I came back with my food, he was gone. But someone else was there. A woman this time, pretending to scroll on her phone. I knew it because her thumb never moved. She left the second I got close. Not rushed, not guilty, just timed. The next morning, on my way to work, I saw another unfamiliar face. A man leaning on a motorbike near the intersection, helmet still on, visor down, just sitting there. When I passed, I didn't hear a breath. He didn't look up, didn't move. But when I reached the end of the street and glanced over my shoulder, he wasn't there anymore. The bike was. He wasn't. Just a chain of small, unsettling details that stacked on top of each other until I couldn't carry them quietly anymore. Everywhere I went, someone unfamiliar was already there, just nearby. I just waved back at a woman once. That was it. And somehow, that tiny moment keeps pulling me deeper into something I never asked to be part of. By the end of the week, walking home started to feel less like returning and more like being checked in on, over and over, by faces I didn't recognize, by people who vanished as quickly as they appeared. On a Thursday night, I just finished work and was riding home. Same turns, same traffic lights, same cluster of food stalls at the intersection. A few blocks from the alley, a black SUV pulled out of a side street and eased in front of me. At first, I thought it was careless driving. Then it actually stopped, right there on the road. I braked hard, my bike wobbling. Before I could react, the driver's door opened. Two men stepped out. Plain clothes, clean haircuts, steady posture. The type you wouldn't notice in a crowd, which somehow made it worse. "We'd like to talk," one of them said. Somewhere quieter. Every instinct screamed not to follow strangers. But they didn't move closer, didn't try to touch me, didn't raise their voices. They just waited. And there's something unnerving about two men who aren't rushing you, because patience is confidence. My grip tightened on the handlebars, but my options were limited. If I refused, they could just follow me. If I fought back, I'd lose. So I nodded. We went to a small coffee shop a few streets over. They chose a table in the corner, backs to the wall. I sat across from them, trying to look normal. My hands felt too heavy on the table. The older one leaned forward first. "You live on VTT Street, right?" I nodded. He continued gently, "Have you noticed anything unusual lately? Anyone bothering you at all? Anything strange happening in the building?" My throat dried instantly. This was the moment, the one where I could tell them everything. Show them what I saw. Ask for help. Instead, I lied. "No," I said. "Everything's fine. I just work and sleep." The younger man studied my face for a moment, waiting to see if I'd say more. When I didn't, he exchanged a look with the older guy. Then he slid something onto the table. Just a small red card face down, nudged with 2 fingers. The older man spoke quietly. "We're with the police, and you're not the only person being followed." My chest tightened. "We're investigating something in your building," he said. "Specifically, one room." I stayed silent. The younger officer shifted his chair slightly, leaning forward. "You live directly across from it, right?" I nodded. The older man lowered his voice. "We need access to that room. We've tried getting in ourselves. They're too careful." They watched the alley, the stairwell, the gate. Any unfamiliar face and they shut everything down. The younger one added, "But you're invisible to them. Just another tenant. You can move in ways we can't." I didn't like where this was going. The older officer slid something across the table, a small, plain envelope. Not thick, but heavy enough to feel like it carried consequences. I didn't touch it. He said, "Inside is a simple device. You open the door, step in, place it behind something. Should be hidden enough. That's it." My pulse surged. "How am I supposed to get in?" I asked. The younger officer answered quietly, "Just time it. We'll tell you the usual hours." I felt cold. They weren't asking me to watch. They weren't asking me to report noises or movements. They were asking me to cross a line normal people don't cross. The older man leaned in, elbows on the table, gaze unblinking. We wouldn't be asking if we had any other option. But they're doing something in there, something we can't yet prove. And whatever it is, it involves you. I froze. He let the silence stretch just long enough for the meaning to sink in. Then he added, "You're not a suspect. You're a witness who doesn't know what they witnessed." The younger officer softened his tone, almost apologetic. "Look, we know this is asking a lot, but the sooner we can confirm what they're keeping in that room, the sooner we can pull you out of this entire situation." He hesitated, then said the part he really didn't want to say. "Until then, you're safer helping us than staying blind." The older officer tapped the envelope once, gently, like he was reminding me it was still there. "When you're ready, just take it, and wait for our signal." I stared at the envelope, small, silent, but heavy as a verdict. I went back to my room and closed the door behind me. I stood there holding the envelope in my hand. Felt heavier than paper should feel. I walked to the desk and put it down, then picked it up again. I hadn't opened it. I sat on the edge of the bed and a thought hit me, clear and simple. I don't have to be here. I could leave. Just pack my own things. Find another rental. Disappear from this whole situation. People do that all the time in Saigon. Nobody asks questions. I opened my phone and actually searched for rooms. Scrolled through listings. Looked at prices. Locations. For a few minutes, I could almost see it. A different room. A different window. No sealed door across the hall. No waving silhouette. No police. No rituals. No envelope on my desk. My chest felt lighter just thinking about it. Then another thought followed right behind it. If I leave, she's still there. That thought stuck. I told myself it wasn't my responsibility. I didn't know her. I didn't cause this. But the truth was, I had already seen and known too much. Leaving wouldn't erase that. It would just mean walking away. I put the phone down and rubbed my face with both hands. I was tired. Not physically, just tired of thinking. That's when my phone vibrated. An unknown number. "Tonight is the best window." Just that. A second message followed. "About 20 minutes. I stared at the screen. 20 minutes? I had just met them a few hours ago. No planning. No official process. Just 20 minutes. Why tonight? Why me? Why so fast? I wasn't trained. I wasn't brave. I was just a guy who rented the wrong room. My phone vibrated again. I didn't want to see it, but I did. This message was longer. They said they would send a signal. When it came, I had to go in immediately. No hesitation. Near the end of the message, there was another line. "If this works, we'll compensate you." A number followed. About 100 million VND. I didn't react right away. Then my brain started doing math on its own. Rent, savings, freedom. I hated that part of myself. But it was there. I looked at the wall across from me. The thin wall separating me from that room. Some people wanted me to stay away. Others wanted me to go inside. That alone told me the room mattered. I told myself I wasn't doing anything wrong. I wasn't stealing. I wasn't hurting anyone. I would just go in. Look, leave. That's how people talk themselves into crossing lines. I sat on the edge of the bed, not moving. Phone in one hand, envelope in the other. I didn't check the time. I just waited. I could not do anything else but that. I was still sitting on the edge of the bed, waiting for the signal, when my eyes drifted to the door. And then it hit me. The hallway camera. That camera could see my door. And the door across from me. Anyone stepping into the hall would be right in the middle of its view. Every move, every pause, every second I stood in front of that sealed room will be recorded. My chest tightened. I pictured the landlord sitting somewhere, scrolling through footage. Not watching live, just rewinding later, noticing patterns, noticing timing, noticing me. I checked the time. 13 minutes left. The signal could come any second, and I still hadn't figured out how to deal with the camera. I stood up and paced the room, slow at first, then faster. The camera ran on Wi-Fi. If the Wi-Fi went down, there would be no live feed, no recording, but I didn't control the network. I unplugged my own router anyway. Nothing changed. I checked the Wi-Fi list on my phone. Too many networks, all with names that meant nothing to me. I stood by the door, hand on the knob, then stepped back. Every idea felt stupid. Cutting cables, flipping breakers, all of it would draw attention. I panicked, totally, completely. I could not handle this pressure. I wanted to give up. What's the worst that's gonna happen if they send me the signal and I'm not going in? Will they handle me? Maybe they will, maybe they will not. Who knows? Could they help me in this situation? I grabbed my phone and typed a message to the two men. Short, messy. Hallway camera. Wi-Fi. Help me out. Quick. I sent it. Then I waited. No reply. A minute passed. Then another. The silence made it worse. Like I was already on my own. Then my phone vibrated. I flinched. Whole area power cut in a few minutes. Maintenance issue. Might take a while for the authorities to fix it, but it wasn't them. The message was from the landlord. I stared at the message. My mind raced. Was this planned? A warning? A coincidence? I didn't know who caused it, but I knew what it meant. No power meant no lights in the hallway. No power meant no camera. My breathing slowed, just a little. Not relief, more like acceptance. Darkness would cover the hallway, cover my door, cover the room across from me. It was the best possible timing. And the worst, because once the power went out, there would be nothing left to wait for. My phone vibrated. One short message. The signal. At the exact same moment, the lights went out. The fan above me slowed, rattled once, then stopped completely. The quiet hit fast, like something heavy dropped on the room. I stood there in the dark, phone glowing in my hand, heart beating too hard. Then I opened the door. The hallway was pitch black. Not dim, not shadowy, just black. The sealed room across from mine was nothing more than a darker shape inside the dark. I took a step forward, then another, and then the darkness started to break apart. Small lights appeared. Then I heard the sound of a door being opened. A shadow moved past me. Someone swore loudly. A door slammed somewhere below. My heart stopped beating and I immediately knew my life was over because the landlord caught me. My instinct kicked in, fight or flight. I chose flight. I quickly turned around and was about to run. But then I saw a tenant stepping out of their rooms. Annoyed, sweaty, confused. Then more people came out too. They started complaining about the power cut, about the heat. Someone brushed past my shoulder, fooking for some air. Another person stopped right beside me, scrolling through their phone like we weren't standing in the dark. For a second, I felt relieved. I didn't get caught, not by the landlord, not by the boyfriend, nor anybody else. I'm still safe. Good news. Bad news was the silence I had prepared myself for was gone. If this does not work out, it will get in big trouble. Panic rose, then it stopped because I realized something. No one was paying attention to anyone else. Everyone was distracted. Everyone was uncomfortable. Everyone just wanted the power back. In this chaos, I wasn't suspicious. I was invisible. I took a deep breath, then moved with the flow of people, slow and casual, stopping near the sealed room like I was just another tenant trying to cool off. I reached for the handle and tested it lightly. Locked. I let go immediately. Someone nearby laughed. Another person shouted something toward the stairs. My hands were slick with sweat. I leaned against the door, pretending to check my phone, and tried again. Still locked. For a split second, I thought about forcing it. The thought scared me enough to stop. That would draw eyes. That would end everything. I stepped back and looked at the door again. That's when I noticed the gap. The door was old, the frame slightly warped. I slid my hand into my pocket and pulled out my credit card from my wallet. I turned my body so it looked like I was just standing there, waiting like everyone else. Then I slid the card into the gap. My hands shook so badly I almost dropped it. I bent the card slightly, feeling around for the latch. Someone brushed past me again. I froze, then kept going. I pressed gently. Nothing. Pressed again. Then I felt it. The latch shifted. Just a little. I pushed once more. A soft click. Barely a sound. The door opened. I slipped inside immediately and pulled it shut behind me. The darkness inside the room felt different. Heavier. I stood still, listening. Nothing. No breathing. No movement. I turned on my phone light. The beam cut through the dark. I didn't see her. No silhouette. I don't know why that unsettled me more than seeing her would have. Part of me had imagined something else. Something heroic. Like I'd open the door and find her there, waiting, then rescue her and we run away to the police. Instead, the room stared back at me, empty and wrong. This wasn't a place meant for living. I saw a few personal belongings. Not sure if they are hers or his, maybe both. The walls were bare, but not clean, marked like things had been placed and removed again and again. The air smelled thick, sweet and old, like incense soaked into everything. I stepped forward and felt my foot hit something. A bowl, then another. Food offerings, a bit fresh. Then I saw something in a corner, something with hair and clothes. I directed my flashlight in that direction. That's where I saw a baby doll, sitting upright. Incense ash surrounded it. Burnt sticks reduced to stubs. The story we found at my friend's house was right. This room had been used for a ritual. My stomach twisted. I remembered the envelope. I pulled it out with shaking hands and opened it fully for the first time. The device was there just like they said. But as I lifted it, something fell out. A strand of red thread. I froze. What is this now? Is this supposed to be part of what I am doing? I didn't remember being mentioned about this by the two men. I crouched, my knees tight against my chest, and slid the device behind a loose panel near the wall. Somewhere hidden, but close enough to hear everything. Then I was not sure what to do with the red thread. What am I supposed to do with it? I kept staring at it and thinking. Then I heard a noise behind me. I could feel someone is pressing their hand on my shoulder.